Okay, it's off.
It's orange.
It's red-ish orange. Ari, can you do this?
That was it? Okay.
Do the clickety noise. That sounds cool.
I have 2 daughters, and for Arianna, when she was born, she was a very colicky baby, and as I nursed her, she was breaking out all the time in rashes. She was swollen and puffy, she had acid reflux, she had a lot of issues. Especially the dairy allergies were the ones that she would respond to the most violently, and she would start to swell up so that she couldn't breathe. We would be afraid we'd have to take her to the ER. We kept Benadryl with us at all times. By the age of 1, we took her into an allergist who did all of the skin testing, and we found that she was allergic to everything, to corn, wheat, dairy, soy, nuts, citrus, all of the outdoor allergens as well, plastics. And I can remember sitting in the doctor's office and he said, well, eventually she can get shots, but right now let me give you the website address to go to learn how to cook for these allergies. So I went there, and I was just absolutely hopeless because it's so hard with children to get them to eat, and then you're going out to places. I felt so frantic. The solutions that were out there were lifelong reliance on medication. It was just, oh, such a terrible time, and I could see this child, this infant, in so much distress. So my stepmom had taken her dog to the vet, and there was a woman there who was reading the original book about healing your allergies. My stepmom said, can I borrow that from my daughter who's dealing with these allergy issues? She gave it to me. I read it in one night, and I jumped online to the website. I couldn't believe what I was reading, but I was so frantic that I thought, I'll try anything, right? And you know, sometimes you have to get to that point to try something that's not traditional, a traditional means of solving the problems. It took about a year of treatments. She was treated for all of these allergies that went away one after the other.
We're gonna have spaghetti and meatballs, your favorite.
It was incredible. I would call their dad and say, you're never gonna believe it, but Ari's eating yogurt and she's not turning blue. I mean, that's just an amazing experience. I would feed Ari a little tiny piece of bread, and I'd be sitting there with the Benadryl, like ready to pour it down her throat in case she reacted, and she would be fine. And then the rash that hadn't gone away for a week would be gone. And this beautiful girl is emerging out of this distressed body. It's been a total transformation of this child who was in so much pain, so much suffering, unable to eat pretty much anything, and now she can eat anything. She's incredibly healthy, she's cheerful. There is so much joy in seeing that healing and seeing that beauty emerge and that happiness, and it's phenomenal. It's so exciting. You just want to tell the entire world about it pretty much. We continue to get her treated for things like bugs. She got bit by a wasp, her hand puffed up. Or even as a little girl, you know, she would have a reaction to something and break out in a rash behind her knees, and it would start to bleed. And she'd get treated for it, and the rash is gone. And she's also been treated for things that we don't often think of, like dye. Food dye is in foods, of course, that a lot of kids eat, but also in crayons. Honestly, I would do it all again.
Is it red? Yeah.
All the treatments, the money spent, the amount of time that I've invested into this, which is really so small in comparison to dragging them to the doctor over and over again.
Good nose, I grew it off her reindeer.
Yeah, I would do it all again in a heartbeat. Whenever there's a problem, they always tell me, well, Mommy, you know, call Dr. Marilyn. Find out what to do with it with NAET. When they see other kids that are having struggles, they'll say, oh, so-and-so can't eat ice cream and can't drink milk. They should find out about NAET because they don't have to spend the rest of their lives like that. They also aren't afraid to go to the doctor, which is huge. It's fun. They have a good time. They can't wait to see her. The procedure is non-invasive, so they walk away as happy as they were when they came in. I just didn't know where all of this was coming from. And I thought, I'm not allergic to these things. The truth is, I actually am also. I just didn't show it in the same way. All of these things that we give our kids to eat and we expose them to, and we don't even realize how much toxic stuff is in our environment. There's a lot of theory with NAET that allergies that go untreated lead to things like asthma. You'll have some kind of an expression of the body is unhappy, a rash or behavior or whatever it is. With the treatment, you track it back to its original source. Vaccines are incubated in eggs. Well, if you're allergic to eggs, it's not going to make your body happy. There's all these traces back to these original sources that you never even imagined is where they could have come from. Or even being allergic to people and environments. Yeah, it's fascinating. You know, it's out there. It's definitely out there. When I meet other moms that are struggling with allergies, I kind of have to gauge where they are in that process. Depending on the severity of it, you might be open to trying it or you might not. If they're really feeling like, wow, I don't want to carry an EpiPen with me the rest of my life and my child to have to do that, you just say jump online, check out NAET and see what you think. If you're willing to give it just one try, just one treatment, you'll be hooked. You'll know that it's the solution that you've been looking for.
Pizza is my favorite thing, better than candy.